Everybody, it's JetsCentral coming back with another video, and in this one I wanted to recap today's matchup between the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Jets. Okay, and the Vikings won the game, final score 37-17. Okay, and the Jets lost the game by a grand total of 20 points, 3 possessions. That looks pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad as the scoreboard reflected. Okay, I sincerely believed going into halftime that the Jets could win this game. Okay, I sincerely believed that. Heading into the game, I thought the Vikings would win it. Not gonna sit here and lie to you. I thought the Vikings would have this game under control. I just feel like they're overall the better team. They have better personnel. They're a better coach than the Jets, and I thought the Vikings would win this game. But not gonna lie to you, going into halftime, I was sitting there saying to myself, we can win this game. I loved what the Jets defense showed us. Okay, all things considered, I thought the Jets defense played absolutely great football. Darryl Roberts, best game of his career so far. He was stepping up, making plays left and right. Okay, but at the end of the day, the Jets did lose the game by a grand total of 20 points, and it's not good. Okay, it's not good. There were obviously a ton of flaws. The quarterback play just wasn't there. The offensive line play wasn't there, especially the center, Spencer Long. There's multiple times throughout this game where it was just bad snap after bad snap, holding calls, just getting beat at the point of attack. There was just so many miscues on this offensive line. Couldn't get really the running game going. Had a few drop passes, a few brutal drops, in this game. And then to top it all off, the coaching, the offensive play calls were very questionable at times. I thought we came out kind of on fire, not necessarily on fire, but I liked kind of the game plan going into the game. But then as it kind of trickled along, I just didn't see the Jets making those adjustments that we need to make in the second half, right, post-halftime. And then Todd Bowles' clock management is just... And, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I talk about this in pretty much every loss because it does play a huge factor in every loss, but it's just the time management, Going in halftime, there was one specific point in the game where I remember standing, because I was sitting at a table, I remember standing up and I was just like, what is going on? Why aren't we calling a timeout? It was when the Minnesota Vikings hit on a third down play. They hit Kirk Cousins hit Stephon Diggs, and the clock was just going and going and going, and Todd Bowles thought it was incomplete, but it wasn't, and he was just sitting there, and the clock was just going, and we were only down at that point by, I believe, either one possession or two possessions. It was either 3 or 10 points, and that is a key area in the game where we have 3 timeouts left. Okay, we have 3 timeouts, and we're just sitting on our hands doing nothing. The Vikings offense is kind of confused too because they're like, Jets aren't calling a timeout. What's going on here? It was just weird. Okay, so instead of the Vikings kicking a field goal with, I think it was like 1:23 left in the second quarter, they kick the field goal, they make it, and the Jets get the ball back with 47 seconds left. Okay, that's just unacceptable. Okay. It's just tough. Just watching the clock management is just infuriating sometimes. Just sitting there watching this, and you're just sitting there thinking to yourself, why aren't we using a timeout? We finally have some. We're down in the game. We're not down by 28. It's not a blowout. It's not like one of those things where it's just like, why is the other team calling a timeout? That's classless or anything like that. No, we had an opportunity to go down the field with 1:20 left in this game, or in that first half, with 3 times, or at that, if we were to call one, it would obviously be 2 timeouts left. That's enough time. That's enough time to put up points, or at least attempt to. And then, we get the ball back, and then we attempt to go downfield, and just the plays were just idiotic, and so we just let it go to halftime. Okay, so very frustrating stuff as far as clock management goes. It always is, and just like seeing the Jets fans, at the place I was, seeing the Jets fans on Twitter, everybody's just saying, why aren't we calling a timeout? Why is the clock management poor? Why, when we should be, there should be a sense of urgency with huddling up, getting in and out of the huddle, getting up to the line of scrimmage, there's just, the urgency is not there, okay? And another negative, too, I found in this game was the amount of penalties. There was so many penalties early on in this game where I feel like the Jets just dug themselves so deep into the hole where it was just so tough to kind of climb back out of. But the defense really kept us in the game. We had so many guys on defense making plays. Darren Lee, Jamal Adams, Darryl Roberts. Okay, and keep in mind that Trumaine Johnson, the prized free agent, did not play. Okay, Buster Screen did not play. So we were down 2 cornerbacks. And we had guys like Roberts and Perry Nickerson and Morris Claiborne stepping up. And even Marcus May didn't play either. Okay, free safety. So Doug Middleton got the start. And they were all back there, contributing, carrying the load. You know, they really did a solid job today. And it's just a tough pill to swallow, you know, when you have so many things going for you on defense and you just cannot seal the deal. The offense just cannot pick it back up. Okay. And, I know Darnold might get bashed a little bit, by the fans and stuff. Statistically, he had a horrendous day. Okay. I'm looking at the numbers right now. He was 17 of 42 for 206, 1 touchdown pass to 3 interceptions. Not good at all. Okay. But there were some key drops. The play calls were horrible at some points of the game, very questionable. You know, makes you scratch your head at some point. And one play in particular, the one play that I feel like the Jets do over and over and over again throughout the year, and it never works, is this little where Darnold's in the shotgun, and it's like a miniature pitch to Crowell or Bilal Powell. I don't understand that play. I don't like running that play when we're backed up in our own end zone. Okay, so there were some special teams blunders in there as well. You mix that with bad clock management. You mix that with penalties, digging ourselves kind of deep into the hole. And then, of course, we lost the turnover battle. The Vikings didn't turn the ball over once. The Jets Darnold, like I said before, had 3 interceptions, and then Crowell had that fumble. Wasn't Crowell's fault. It was a poor snap. Darnold couldn't get the ball down, and the timing has to be right on those read plays. You know, it's all about timing on stuff like that. So just frustrating. Okay, we lost the penalty battle. We lost the turnover battle. Sucks. We wasted a very good defensive effort today at home in front of the home fans, which I thought the fans did a very good job today, just packing the house, being loud and everything like that. But yeah, definitely a tough pill to swallow. I want to congratulate the Vikings fans out there for the hard-fought win. And I want to say this in there as well. I wonder if the Vikings fans out there were kind of sweating a little bit in the first half, because I personally didn't see it playing out the way it did. I thought the Vikings were going to pretty much, outside of the red zone. I thought they were just going to dominate. I thought they were just going to move the ball consistently on us, and then it would be up to the Jets defense, be up to the Jets offense to make the plays in the red zone that when it counted. But it actually didn't really play out like that. So tough loss for sure. Just want to say thanks for everybody sticking around watching this video. I know it's frustrating watching videos and stuff like that, talking about your team after they lost, especially if they lost by 20 points. So good win by Minnesota. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. I do appreciate it, and I can't wait to hop into the comment section to see what you guys have to say. And yeah, congrats to Minnesota. We have to move on to next week. We got Chicago in Chicago. Just lost a heartbreaker to the New England Patriots. Crazy finish there. So yeah, it's going to be another tough game for the Jets. But hey, hopefully we bounce back on the road. It's probably going to be cold up there in Soldier Field too. So that's definitely a point of interest as well. See how Sam Darnold can handle that winter Chicago weather. I don't really think he played that many games in the cold at USC as well. So just a nice little, I guess, tidbit, if you will. So, yeah, on to Chicago. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.